Hi, hello, my dear students. Once again, welcome back to the English e learning platform. Dear students, today I'm going to teach you the last lesson of this academic year or the last lesson of the second term, that is lesson number 6, the Nightingale. What is the name of the lesson? The Nightingale. Okay, so Nightingale means, do you know what is meant by nightingale? A small brown European bird that sings a beautiful song. Okay, so it is the name of the bird. Nightingale is a bird. It is a small brown European bird. Okay, that this bird sings a beautiful song. So you say nightingale. Okay, so this is the story about a bird that is nightingale. Let me read and explain the story. The emperor loves music. So emperor means, what is meant by emperor? A man who rules empire. So we say emperor or king or prince. Okay. So the emperor, he used to listen songs or music. He loves to he loves music. He has the live nightingale to sing songs for him. See, dear students, he has a live nightingale. Live means the nightingale which is having life. Okay, that is real nightingale. Okay, to sing songs for him. So there is a nightingale, so that sings a beautiful songs for the emperor. Okay, so one day he receives a golden nightingale. See, one day what happens? He receives a golden nightingale. So which is made up of gold. Okay, then let us see what happens then when he received a golden nightingale. Okay, let me read and explain. Once, long ago in China. So, once upon a time, many years back, once upon a time in China country, the country of China, lived an emperor. So, there lived an emperor. Emperor means a man who rules empire. Okay, a kingdom. So, in China country, there was an emperor. His palace had the most beautiful garden in the world. See, his palace. Palace means, what is meant by palace? The official home of a king or queen or president or a emperor. Emperor. So, emperor has a palace. That palace was the most beautiful garden. That palace has the most beautiful garden in the world. So he has a palace that had a most beautiful garden in the world. So that was a famous garden in the world. So that garden has many different kinds of trees, flowers, insects. Okay, and it has with a grass. Okay, plants, the different types of shrubs, herbs. Okay, so it looks so beautiful for the travelers. Okay, then this garden ended near dense forest. See, that garden, the end of that garden is leading to the dense forest. So dense means DNSE. Dense, it means containing a lot of people, things, plants, etc., with a little space between them. So between these two places, to the garden, there is a dense forest. Okay, so that forest has a lot of what is that, birds and animals, wild animals, and but many trees. Next, in one of the trees of the forest lived a nightingale. See, in one of the trees in the forest, there lived a nightingale, okay, that small bird, okay, which sings so beautiful. It sang so sweetly that everyone stopped still and listened to its song. See, that bird, that nightingale, used to sing so sweetly, so melodiously. When it started to singing a song or a music or a song, that everyone who lives around, who lives in that forest, everyone stopped their doing their work, and they give attention to that bird's song. Okay, then travelers came from all over the world to admire the emperor's palace and his garden. See, the travelers. Travelers means people who move around from place to place instead of living in one place. So the travelers who move in a different kinds of who visit different kinds of countries, so they came from all over the world. The travelers came from all over the world, from China, sorry, from India, or from the countries Pakistan, or USA, or UK, or Russia, France, Italy, Germany, Japan, Singapore, or Australia. So like this, the travelers came from all over the world to admire the emperors. Admire means to respect somebody for what he or she, or for what she has done. So they respects the emperor's palace and his garden, because of that palace is a beautiful palace. It has a that palace has a beautiful garden. Okay. Then, however, when they heard the nightingale's song, they said, "This is the best of all." See, when the visitors, or when the travelers visit the emperor's palace, so they heard the song of the nightingale. Then they said that sings a beautiful song, so that song would be a best of all, so that bird would be a best of all. Then soon the emperor heard of the nightingale. Is there such a bird in my nightingale? See, soon the emperor heard about the nightingale. He got a news about the nightingale, and he said, "Is there such a bird in my nightingale? Is there such a bird in my nightingale?" And in my empire. And he could not believe that the live nightingale, which sings a melodious song, is there in his empire, in his kingdom. Okay, then I have never heard of it. I command the bird to be brought to my palace and made to sing before me. See, he commanded. So command means to tell somebody to do something. So the emperor, he told his servants to bring that bird and make it sings a beautiful song before the emperor. Okay, he commanded to the servants. Then, but where was the nightingale to be found? No one knew where it lived. See, when the emperor ordered to his servants to bring that nightingale to his palace and make it sings before him, before the emperor, but the servants of the palace don't know where that nightingale live. Okay, so at last a poor little girl at last a poor little girl in the royal kitchen said, "I know where the nightingale lives. It lives in the forest. See, at last, when they were thinking that where that nightingale live, so there is a poor little girl in that royal kitchen. So royal means connected with the belonging to the king or queen of a country. So she works in that royal palace, in the royal kitchen. So she said that she knows where the nightingale live, and she said it lives in the forest. And she said that poor little girl said to the servants that nightingale lives in the forest. Then it sings melodiously, and she continued. So that nightingale, that live nightingale, sings melodiously, very beautifully, okay, very sweetly. She said, then, when I am tired, I rest under the trees and listen to the nightingale's song. See, then that little girl, that poor little girl continued, when she is tired, when she is feeling bored, okay, she used to sit under the trees and she listens to the nightingale's song. Then she forgets all her problems, okay, her troubles, okay, her bad feelings, okay, by listening that nightingale song. Then it sings, sorry, its singing makes me forget everything. Then she continued, so it's singing that song, the song of the nightingale makes that little girl forgets her bad feelings, okay, the bad events, or her tiredness, okay. Then so the little girl led the way into the forest. So the little girl, she guided on way, especially by going in advance. See, that little girl, she shows the way to the servants where the nightingale is. Okay, she guided them. Okay, where to go, how to go, where is the nightingale, in which tree does it sit. So she guided them. Then half the court went with her. So half the court. So here COURT, court means an official group of people. So who works in that palace? Okay, that servants. So half of the court went where it is. Oh my God, went with the that poor little girl, okay, to catch that nightingale. So after walking a long distance, the girl stopped near a tree. So the girl who guiding that half of the court, the people of official people of the palace. So she stopped near the tree and she pointed to a little gray bird up on the boughs. So here boughs means uh, large branches of a trees. So that bird, that nightingale, sits on the boughs of the tree. So she pointed towards that bird which is sitting on the boughs in the trees. She pointed. Then this is the nightingale, she said softly. See, she said softly. She said, she whispered. She said in a low voice to the people, okay, who came with her. So she said, that is the nightingale. She said in a low voice. Why did she? Do you think why did she say in a low voice, in a softly? Why means if she say loudly, that the bird would fly away. Correct now? So she said softly. Then it can be possible. Everyone said in disappointment. See, When they looked at bird, the servants, when they look at the bird, they said, it can't be possible. It's not a possible. It's impossible. And they said, in a disappointment. In a disappointment means frustration. They thought that the catching that nightingale is too difficult. So they said in a disappointment. Then, how dull it looks. Then they said, how dull it looks. Actually, the bird is in a gray color. Correct? No, it has a gray color. So it looks in a gray color. Okay. So they said the nightingale is in a dull. It looks it looks dull. So dull means become less clear, bright, shiny. So it does not have a what is that? It is not a clear bird. It is not a bright in a shiny in color. Okay, it looks very dull in color. So they said, and little nightingale, said the girl, our emperor wishes you to sing before him. See, the lighting is the girl. Ask the nightingale, dear little nightingale, so our emperor, or a king of our kingdom. So he wishes you to sing before him. And she continued, the nightingale says, my song sounds best in the forest, replied the nightingale. But I will come to the palace because the emperor wants me to. See, the nightingale, he proud, sorry, the nightingale, she prouds of its voice. Why means, the nightingale said, my song sounds best in the forest. So I can sing very sweetly. I can sing very melodiously. And she replied, and she said to them, I will come to the palace. So that nightingale agreed to come to the palace and sing before the emperor. Okay. Then so the nightingale went to the palace. So the next morning, the next day, or the same day, the nightingale went to the forest. Okay. Sorry, the nightingale went to the palace to sing a song before the emperor. The emperor looked at the bird and ordered it to sing. See, dear students, the emperor, when that bird, it reached the palace, and the main living room of the emperor. So the emperor looked at that bird and he ordered to sing before him. And the nightingale sang so melodiously that the emperor had tears running down his cheeks. See, dear students, when that nightingale starts to singing a song, that song was so melodiously, beautifully, or sweetly. Okay, and when the emperor listened the melodious song of the nightingale, his emperor had tears and running down his cheeks. So he is weeping, and he ordered that the nightingale remain in the palace. So he decided that and he decided and he ordered that to the nightingale to stay back in the palace for the sake of emperor. Then it was kept in a golden case and given the most delicious food. See, so the emperor ordered the servants to keep that nightingale in a golden case, not the ordinary case. Okay, that um, case was made up of gold. Okay, that was a golden case, and he ordered to give that nightingale a delicious food, a yummy food. See, dear students, then the whole city talked about the wonderful bird. See, the whole city, the people who lives in that the people who live in that city, in the empire. So the people were talking about that wonderful bird, that is a nightingale. When two people met, one said nighting and the other said gale. This because a way of greeting. So when the people they met together. When the two people met together, the one of them say nineteen and another one say gale. So it is like a greeting. Okay, that way. Then one day the emperor received a parcel marked the nightingale. See, one day what happens? He received a parcel. Okay, the packed box. Okay, so on that box there is a picture of the nightingale. When he opened it, he was astonished. See, when he opened that box, when he opened that box, he was astonished. Astonished means very surprised. He was very surprised by looking at that something in that box. So what was in that box? Let us see. Okay, then in it was a golden nightingale. See, in that box there was a golden nightingale. That is not a live nightingale, that is golden nightingale. That nightingale is made up of gold. Okay, that is a toy nightingale, I think. Okay, toy nightingale. Then there was a golden key laying beside it. So that in that box only there was a golden key laying beside laying beside that uh, golden nightingale. Their emperor wound up the golden nightingale with the golden key. See, the emperor, what did he do? He picked up that key, golden key, and he wound up. And what did he do? He wound up that golden nightingale with golden key. Okay, he insert and he twisted, he turns that key, okay, several times. Then nightingale with the golden key, it started singing a beautiful tune. See, that golden nightingale started a beautiful tune. So tune means, do you know, a serial of musical notes that are sung or played in a particular order to form a piece of music. So when the emperor inserted the key and it turned, okay, wound up with a key in the golden nightingale, that golden nightingale starts to singing. Okay, starts to making music, a melodious music. Then 30 times it sang the same tune. See, the 30 time, one by one, after one after one, same tune, it 30 times sang. And yet was not tired. Although it was not tired, that nightingale that nightingale has sang for 30 times, although it was not tired. Then the emperor said that the living nightingale ought to be shown this wonder. See, dear students, the emperor said that the living nightingale, and asked to that living nightingale to be shown this wonder. So he asked that nightingale to sing many times, okay, to sing one after one, a melodious music without any tiredness. Is it possible? Huh? The live nightingale can sing a song without any stop or without any break. It's not possible, correct? No, for a long time. Then, but where was the live nightingale? None had noticed that it had flown away out of the open window back to the forest. See, at the time the nightingale was missed. The nightingale was flew away in the to the forest. So no one had noticed. So nobody had noticed where it had gone. Okay. Then what does it matter? We have the best bird after all, said everyone. See, they don't know why that bird, why that bird has flown away. So they had given a what is that luxurious things to the nightingale. So they had a they provided a case, golden case. Okay, that is not an ordinary case to that nightingale. And also the emperor ordered to the servants to give a delicious, the most delicious food to the nightingale, although it flew away. Why did what happened to it? So everyone is start to talking in that royal palace. Then the golden bird was made to sing again and again until everyone knew its tune by heart. See, that golden nightingale was, which was which has come in the parcel. So that golden nightingale, the golden bird, was made to sing again and again. So it used to sing that golden nightingale used to sing same tune. Okay, if it is sing 30 times or 40 times or 60 times or 100 times, that used to sing a same tune. So the all the people who live in that royal palace, no, by listening that same tune, they also beheaded. So they also can sing that same music tune. So a whole year went by. Suddenly the emperor fell ill. See, the students, the whole year, a year passed away. That passed, and suddenly what happened? The emperor, the king, so he fell ill. So he fell into the sick. He became sick. In his illness, a condition of being unhealthy in your body or mind. So, in his unhealthy, he longed. He longed. Long means, what is that? Wanted something very much, or especially if it does not seem like to happen soon. So, he wanted to hear a melodious song or music, he said. So in his illness, when he was in illness, so that emperor asked the servants, his servants, to that he wanted to hear, he wanted to listen a melodious song, a melodious music, he said. Then, precious golden bird, sing, your song will make me well again. See, that emperor was asking that golden nightingale, that is a precious nightingale. Why means that bird, that golden nightingale is made up of gold. So you know that gold is the most precious what is that, metal, correct? No. So that the bird, sorry, emperor is asking that golden nightingale, precious golden bird, sing. He's sing whose song, sorry, golden nightingale song will make that emperor well again. So by listening that song of the that golden nightingale, so he may become well. Okay, he may become healthy. Then But the bird stood still. But the bird did not sing. The bird did not make any music. It does not. It did not sing a melodious song or a beautiful music. So it was worn out inside. See, it was worn out. Worn out means too old or damaged from used to be used any longer. So by using many times, the king was used that live night, sorry, the golden nightingale. Okay, for the many times, by using it, the golden nightingale was the worn out. Something went wrong inside of that golden nightingale. Because of that, is the man-made thing. Correct? No, that golden nightingale was man-made thing. Okay, it was broken out. Okay, it was broken. Okay, something went wrong inside of that golden nightingale. That's why it did not sing any song for the emperor. Then, and there was no music left in it. And also, when it is broken out, so there was no music in that golden nightingale. And the emperor longed for music, but the bird could not sing. So the emperor wanted to hear music, but the bird could not sing. It is not able to sing now. Because of it, the bird was worn out. Okay, it is worn out. Then from the windows, suddenly the most lovely song was heard. So by the window, suddenly the emperor heard a most lovely song. It was a little live nightingale that sat outside on a tree. So, who was that? Who was singing that most lovely song? That was a little live nightingale, which is having a life. Okay, real nightingale. And it sat outside on a tree near to the window where the emperor was sleeping. Okay, it had heard of the emperor's illness and had come to sing to him. And that live nightingale heard that the emperor's illness. See, the golden nightingale came to know that the emperor is in ill. He is unhealthy. So he came to know that little nightingale came to know that the emperor of that empire was in ill. So he came to that palace and starts to singing a music. So song. Then it sang the most beautiful song. As it sang, the emperor felt better. See, it sang that word every day, day by day. It comes to the near to the window of that palace, and it sang a very most beautiful song. And day by day, as it sang, the emperor felt better. Now he is feeling better. He is coming out of that unhealthiness. Okay, illness. Then he is feeling okay now. He is all right. Then, thanks, said the emperor. You must always stay with me. See, he gratitudes that his helping nature for his helping nature, and he said that emperor said that, dear nightingale, you must always stay with me. Then he asked that bird, and not so, replied the nightingale. And I cannot live in a palace. See, the nightingale said, not so, but I cannot live in a palace. I will come and sit on the tree by the window every evening and sing for you. Then the nightingale said, so I will come and sit on the tree by the window and every evening and sing for you. I will sing a song for you. So every evening I will come and sit on the tree near your window and sing a song for you. Then it said, but you must promise me one thing. Then the nightingale, the live nightingale, he is taking a promise from the emperor. What is that? Anything, said the emperor. Then emperor agrees. What is that? Let not any bird live in a cage. See, the nightingale said, you should not trap any bird in the cage. Okay, so and he said the bird also needed freedom. Okay, the birds also wanted to feel freely fly in the forest or live in the forest or freely fly in the sky. The golden nightingale, sorry, the bird said it. The emperor smiled and said, and he said with his smiling, as you wish, my nightingale. So the emperor agreed that he would not any trap any birds in the cage, and the nightingale flew away happily, only to return the next day. Then the live nightingale, it flew away with happily, with pleased, and the thing is that the next day only he returns in the evening and sit on the tree nearby the window and sing a song, a beautiful song for the emperor. So, dear students, this is the story about a live nightingale. I hope you all have understood very well. And the story was written by Hans Christian Henderson. Okay, so the message, what is the message of the story? See, animals are happiest when they are free. See, animals are there, no? Animals or birds, okay, are the happiest when they were in free. So we should not mm, trap the animals or birds in any case or in any what is that? We should not trap them. Why means they also wanted to fly or explore, feel freely. So we should make those free from ourselves. Okay, so thank you, my dear students. I hope you all have once again you have understood the story very well. And in the next class, I will send the question answers and grammar part of this lesson. So write neatly in your notebook and get ready for the upcoming examination. Thank you, my dear students. Have a nice day.